Welcome. Today is Monday, July 1st. Happy July, everybody. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day as well. And happy 4th of July coming up. Nope, we lost our Rhino, and we have a big announcement coming at the end of the show. Oh, yeah, we rank our top 6 sitcoms. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
This is the Matt and Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski.
The Eagle has landed.
At the present, Adam is over here drinking water.
Yeah.
I had a very long day, so I opted for beer instead.
Yeah.
This is delicious beer. I hope your water is just as tasty.
It is. Dude, I cut the grass today. We were outside working on the camper.
It was a warm one today.
Yeah.
Almost at 90, I think.
I just went and watered the flowers and sprayed some weeds. And I came in, I'm like, oh my God, I am thirsty.
You shouldn't be drinking that Roundup.
I have drank, these are 24-ounce bottles. I think I've drinking 6 of these, 3 glasses of lemonade, and a coffee today.
Oh, man. On Saturday, I spent all day outside. I was climbing around my roof and everything. I came in, and I had, I think, so we get this thing in our fridge. It's like a water filter thing. You pour a pitcher in the top, filters down, and I drank probably an entire jug of that just myself and like 6 glasses of iced tea. I was outside all day, didn't drink a single thing.
That's the worst thing about working on the roof is it just beats the crap out of you. You have no escape from the sun.
No. So, I mean, luckily my house is fairly shaded, but what sucked is I was, which I don't recommend doing this, but I was home alone, and I climbed up on the roof.
Don't do that.
And I got up there and like, crap, I need a bunch more stuff. So up there I needed my broom because we get weird angles in one part of a roof. I have to sweep off some stuff. So I need my broom. I needed my leaf blower with an extension cord because it's electric. I needed a hose so I can clean out my gutters. So I threw my broom up on the roof, threw my leaf blower up there, and I like lassoed my extension cord around one of the vents from one of my bathrooms, and I climbed up a ladder with the hose and had to walk it around the edge of my house. Well, my ladder is like an 8-foot ladder, but my roof is about 9 feet off the ground from the lowest spot. So it's dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
Sounds like it. And you did it by yourself.
I did it by myself, and what made matters worse is when I went to get down, I had Hank chained up in the back porch, and he would like see me coming down the ladder, and he would start climbing up the ladder. So, luckily, he didn't tip it over.
He was climbing up the ladder?
Yeah, it was.
How many steps did he get up?
He didn't. His back feet never left the ground, but he is so
Okay.
tall. He was on the
Probably
fourth
the
out of 7
yeah.
rungs on the ladder.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. No, this weekend we kind of laid low. Melanie's best friend was in town, so Friday we hung out with them, and then we went to the zoo with them Saturday morning. And we just kind of bummed around the house on Saturday. It was hot, man. Jameson didn't even want to go outside in the afternoon. He's like, "Don't go downstairs." Like, all right,
Oh, I needed to get this stuff done though.
Oh no, I know it. And then what was Sunday? Oh, my sister was in town. That's right. We went to hang out with her and whatnot.
Sunday, my dad and I went golfing.
How'd you do?
It's my dad's first time out for the year.
Okay.
My 3rd time out. I beat my dad by 9 strokes, but we tied in the back 9.
What'd you shoot?
So when I went out with you, that was my first time out for the year by myself. I shot a 47.
Already getting the excuses going.
No, I'm just. So I'm within the ballpark. I did not golf as well as when I golf with you, but I shot a 50 on the front 9 and a 49 in the back 9.
Oh, you broke 100.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, I broke 100 in the good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
By 1, but hey.
By 1. It was. I think the thing that hurt us the most is there was groups in front of us that were going so slow. So we'd have a good hole, we'd have to sit and wait.
Oh,
and wait. There was a group in front of us. There was they were doing a best ball with a group in front of them, and the group in front of us was doing a best ball, and it was taking them twice as long to do a hole than it took us to do. We were playing our own balls.
Yeah. When I went golfing for Father's Day, it's kind of how it was. Like, we scooted through the first 6, Yeah, probably the first 5. And the next 2 were a little slow. Then I think we waited 10 or 15 minutes on the 8th tee. Waited tee off. I thought it was just like, dude, I lost all my momentum. I'm starting to tighten up. No.
I hit a ball, though, on the very last hole. If it wouldn't have hit the top of a tree, it probably would have went 375 yards.
How far to the right was that tree?
I figured it out, man. It was actually to the left. And I was aimed to the right of the green because of the way I get my club now, I am basically pulling the ball. And it was just to the left of the fairway, but the tree was almost pin high, and I hit the top of that tree.
Nice.
I don't know how I hit that ball so far. It was with my dad's driver. I got to get a new driver.
There you go. It's technology these days, man.
It's amazing.
It's insane.
And his is like 3 years old, too, and it's still, well, it's better than one that's 20 years old, I guess.
I'd say my driver is 5 or 6 years old. I definitely eventually want a new one, but like I hit it pretty straight.
No, you hit that real well.
So I have no real complaints. You know who else is doing really well?
I do.
Who is that, my
Bobby
friend?
Bonilla.
He is getting paid again.
Yeah.
Another July 1st comes, and another $1.19 million check is written to him from the New York Mets.
I feel like we should have done a little research because I feel like we did this last year on July. Right around
sure
July 1st. Like yesterday was Bobby Bonilla Day or something. It's amazing. I mean, he is not special in the fact that he was on a deferred money contract.
No.
There's a lot of players in the MLB that have been on this contract, but the way that his agent at the time, Dennis Gilbert was his name, who was also the agent for Jose Canseco and Barry Bonds, the way that he set up his contract, the interest on it for such a long period of time, he's still getting paid through, 2033?
Something like that, 2035. Yeah.
2035, he's getting paid $1.19 million every July 1st, which is awesome. He is set for life, and he didn't play that long.
No. So he basically had a $5.9 million contract. They didn't want him anymore. So they said, hey, you're going to pay me interest, and you're going to pay me you're paid over the life starting this day, which was 2011. And pay it until it runs out. So the total he's getting paid is $29.8 million. So between now and 2035, they actually went through it and took. If he would have just taken that $5.9 million and left, and then they invested it, the most they think he would have made is $16.5. So he definitely came out ahead. Is he, laughing his way to the bank? I mean, kind of, because he got pretty much double his money almost, but. It's nothing crazy, but I'd take a check for over $1 million every July. He lives in Florida. There's no income tax or state tax or anything like that.
No.
So he's just putting all this money right in the bank. And you figure he probably had a job of some sort for a while after.
He played a lot more seasons. I thought he played 16 seasons. But he was a 279 batter. 472 slugging. Did win the 97 World Series, was 6-time All-Star, and 3-time Silver Slugger. He's a much better player than I thought he was. But still, the fact that he is doing this is absolutely brilliant. Mm-hmm. Good for him.
Kudos, Bobby. If you want to send me one of those payments, feel free.
Yeah, I mean, you would be an all-time permanent sponsor of the show. We'll take care of you.
All time, baby.
Like, we will never have another sponsor ever again.
We won't need to.
We can sell the show. We made our money.
If we each walk away with over $500,000, I'm like, see ya.
We even have income tax here. We'll still be all right.
Right. Cool.
No, that's awesome.
Good for him, man. On to Beer the Podcast.
It's not what I'm drinking.
I made that the worst transition ever. On to Beer the Podcast. And you still screwed it up, man. Like, I teed it up for you not to make that mistake. Like, basically,
wing and a miss.
Laid it right out. Hey, here's Beer the Podcast coming up. I'm going to play the sounder. Only got one of these, so grab those glasses. So my wonderful sister lives in metropolitan D.C. in Virginia. And she kind of asked me, she's like, oh, do you want a beer for the podcast?
To which Adam said,
Of
duh.
course. So she brought me a nice little 12-pack. So we're going to have some fun brews. Some of them I'm saving for Mel and I, sorry.
No, that's quite all right.
But
I appreciate this much.
Change of pace rather than all the Michigan beers and beers you can only get in Michigan. So this is, as you can probably tell by the name of our show today,
Faceplant IPA.
Yep. Lost Rhino Brewing Company Faceplant IPA. It's one of her friend's favorite beers. 6.8%, 65 IBUs. They say it's a multi-backbone, but it balances American-style IPA. Some moderate grapefruit, and herbal aromas with Centennial and Cascade hops. By the little bit of research I've done, I'm assuming this is like their flagship IPA.
Yep, and I think it is. It is.
That's not a bad thing because I've never had it.
Just the aroma of this is. It's like when you take a hot cone, you rub it up in your hands, and you smell your hands. I mean, it is a strong hop aroma. It's a Cascade. Cascade. That's a spicy meatball.
I put this in the fridge at the perfect time because it was this afternoon, and it's cold, but not like ice cold yet. So you still get a ton of flavor.
That is a very fine IPA.
This is very good. Lost Rhino. Hey, Lost Rhino, you out there?
Good job.
Come on and...
Remember when you used to be good at social media and we would post social media about the beers we drank?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that again. It's been about a month
That's
and a half.
one of the things we should do is just shout out brewery. Hey, we tried your beer. It's awesome.
For me, in a... I guess we can call this an industry where social media is so prominent. We are terrible at social media.
Like, social media can make or break us, and it's breaking us.
We are broken.
Whatever.
Crippled.
We have some changes coming, which we'll get to at the end of the show.
Changes. Yeah, this beer's it's very good. Excellent work.
They have a
found
root
your
beer.
Rhino.
Rhino Chasers. This is a Pilsner.
Ooh.
They got some cool names. Rhino Fest. Guess what that one is?
Oktoberfest.
Yep.
I'm so smart.
Ooh, Rinaldo, the brewed IPA. I kind of want to try that. Hey, Melissa, when you're listening to this, Hop Shove It, Wet Hop Pale Ale, Bone Dusters, Pumpernickel Honker.
I just saw that
Imperial
one.
Rye. Money. Good beer, guys.
Yeah, good work. We will.
So-
We'll shout you out for real here after the show.
If Matt remembers.
I hope to remember.
I'll remind you. Here, take the can so you don't forget.
I will put it on my computer.
Okay, don't spill it.
No, I'm not going to put it on my computer.
So, one of the things that I always like to do, and I think Matt does as well, is when we go out of state, is try other breweries and everything. And that's kind of goes back to why my sister asked, what do you want? I just said beer, because I like trying new beer, and beer I don't get anywhere else. So many people get stuck up, oh, you can only drink your own beer in your own state. It's like, no, you can't. You can drink anything. It's okay. It just goes back to the fact of everyone makes good beer. There's over 7,000 breweries in the United States. Some of those are going to be bad, don't get me wrong.
I don't think there's that many.
Google it, there is.
I will.
Craft Brewers Association. Yep. Anyways, some of them, yes, I know. They don't make great beer, and that's okay. But there's a lot of them that make really good beer. And I want to know what other people are brewing, man. What other people try.
Price is Right rules, you lose.
No.
6,300. Oops.
Hang on. You talk. I'm going to find this.
All right, so there is a here in Michigan, we've got Grand Rapids, which has been named beer capital of the world or beer capital of the U.S. or whatever they call it, multiple years in a row. Tons of breweries come on that city and the surrounding cities around it. So there's phenomenal beer coming out of the state of Michigan from all over the place. And we are very fortunate and very lucky where not all states are that way. So many Michiganders have this pretentious, uptight idea about beer that they have to drink the beer from their state because they have to support that beer, which is good and well and everything, but that ship is sailed. It is sailed. That ship is not stale.
According to the Brewers Association, there are 7,346 craft breweries in the United States of America.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I got my info. It's the Brewers Association.
I trust that better than whatever I just found.
In 2014, to put this in perspective, there was 3,800.
We have almost doubled.
Sorry for interrupting, but not really.
That's okay. No, that's quite all right. Thank you for correcting me. So anyway, a lot of Michigan people like to drink Michigan beer, and that doesn't need to happen anymore. I mean, these breweries are either going to thrive or die now. There's over 300 breweries just in the state of Michigan, and like I said, it's phenomenal beer. But with there being over 7,000 breweries across the U.S. that make just as good, if not better, beer at some places, why not give them a try? It's not a competition. I mean, the beer economy is a global economy. Why not support all the other breweries, too? If you're so into supporting your closest ones, support the ones that you can't necessarily get either. When you go somewhere else, don't still order the same beer that you used to in Michigan. Try something new. Experiment. When you go to a store, just because there's 15 Michigan packages and 10 out-of-state packages, pick up an out-of-state package. That beer is really freaking good, too. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in Michigan. It is really tough for an out-of-state brewery to get into our state. And the ones that are still around and are still thriving, they're there for a reason because their beer is really damn good. Give it a try.
Exactly. So I'm a stat nerd when it comes to like sports and life and stuff. And the Brewers Association has a stats and data page. They update, I think it comes out like May or June of every year for the previous year. But this is cool because this wasn't on here before. In 1873, what is your guess for how many breweries there were in the United States?
In 1873?
1873.
My guess would be about 1,200.
Final answer?
Yep.
In 1873, there were 4,131 operating breweries in the United States. That number then continued to dwindle, obviously, to zero during Prohibition in the 30s. And then in 1991, there was 312.
Wow.
And we're going on 30 years later here soon, over 7,000.
That's awesome.
So
there was how many in 1870, whatever?
In 1873, there was 4,131.
That's incredible. But you also have to think about, like right now, there's breweries that are owned by, I guess no, there'd still be independent breweries probably considered that way. So I mean, that was though before. I mean, you would have Stroh's and Blatz and Altus and all that stuff was around back then. And
this probably counts your next door neighbor brewing beer.
Oh yeah, I mean, but
like,
it's I mean
4 barrels
back then though. I mean, that was back before virtually all laws that have to do with bars where you can brew beer in house. I would assume.
You're what, 10 years after the Civil War?
Ish, yeah.
So,
yeah, that's it's really cool. They used to brew beer at the White House, and they still do. But George Washington brewed his own beer at the White House. He wasn't in the White House, but at the Capitol at the time.
At the Capitol. I always nerd out when all these things come out, man.
This is a good thing to look at off air.
In 27, I know. I'm going to one more say. In 2017, California put out $8.2 billion worth of an economical impact into the state just from beer. So
that is. Hold on though. Never mind. You already closed the page, but that's awesome. But it's also skewed. I would like to see.
Well, yeah.
I would like to see the economic output per capita.
Yeah. Good point.
Because there's a lot of people in Cali. Because I think New York was on that list and Texas was on that list.
Yeah.
I didn't see the other ones, but
I closed it.
But yeah, drink out-of-state beer. Give it a try. I mean, especially if you're buying it in Michigan, like I said, if you're a Michigan person, or if you are listening from out of the state of Michigan elsewhere, feel free to drink Michigan beer too.
We have listeners in Virginia because of my sister. She tells people about my podcast and stuff, So Virginians, you guys make some good beer. Keep it up. Send more our way. We'll send some your way. I always usually send my sister home with some beer. So
we would utilize Adam's sister as
she'll be the mule
for us.
She'll be our craft beer mule. That's not illegal, but Whatever. We can pretend.
Well, as long as we don't try to turn the cans in.
You can't turn them in.
I know. But, I mean, you could. Like the top, this says Michigan 10 cents on it. But if we turn this in anywhere in the store, or anywhere at a store, it's illegal. I went to college with a guy. All right, quick story. I'm not going to drop any names. I went to college with a guy. He used to go to Ohio or Indiana or whatever one down there doesn't have a deposit. Would buy a whole bunch of beer, bring it up to a party. People pay him back for the beer. And he would turn all the cans in. So he didn't pay deposit, just got free money. Well, somehow somebody caught wind of that and turned him in. And he had to pay like a $1,000 fine or something like that. I don't remember what the specifics were about it, but
there's a Seinfeld episode that goes right when the Michigan law went into effect for the 10 cents a can. Is Kramer and who else was there? The mailman. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. They went and literally drove a mail truck from New York to Michigan to turn in cans.
What's his name?
The mailman on Seinfeld? I could just see Jerry Seinfeld saying it, and I can't think of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Mailman from Seinfeld.
This is, oh my gosh.
Are we dumb?
Newman!
That's right. Yeah.
Stupid.
So Newman and Kramer, they took Newman's mail truck on like a Sunday and took it in, tried to get into Michigan. Something, I don't know. Watch the show. Go find it out. It's funny.
That's a great transition you just had there.
That is. I was just thinking that. I'm like, this is a fantastic transition.
So our top 6 today, we're doing top 6 sitcoms. And when I asked Adam about this, what's a sitcom? His answer was a show with a live studio audience. I don't know where he got the definition from, but I get it.
It's not, but I didn't want us to put like The Office. And it kind of forces you to pick some older shows, too, because there aren't too many shows out there now that have a live audience. A la Big Bang Theory, which is now gone, but that was one of them.
I hated that show.
I know, because you're an idiot.
No. This is not a good show.
It was a great show.
I don't like...
Why was it on for so long?
I don't like laugh tracks, so I think that's why I didn't like it. Because it's one thing if you have a laugh track and you just continue to talk, but if you have a laugh track and you wait for them to finish laughing, that bothers me.
I don't even pay attention to that.
Well, I do.
I know, because you're stupid.
I have ADD, ESP,
Number 6.
OCD,
NBA, NHL,
PCP.
I'll go first this time. Number 6. I think these all have...
Hold on, before you say anything, I think we're going to have some repeats again this week, knowing what you like to watch and what I like to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And we did not share lists again.
We did not. No, we literally filled this out about 10 minutes before we went on air because I totally forgot. Matt totally forgot.
I was in the car all day.
And I texted it to Melanie, and she was like, oh, man, thumbs up. Number 6, Rules of Engagement.
That's a good show.
It is a good show.
Did not crack my top 6, but it's
David
a good
Spade.
show.
A lot of other people I don't know. I'm a horrible when it comes to actors' names, man. Don't ask me. It's a really funny show. Really funny show.
It is. It's a very funny show. But
go watch it. It's on either Netflix or Hulu.
I think it's on Hulu right now.
Hulu.
My number 6, Everybody Loves Raymond.
That was my number 7, actually.
Everybody Loves Raymond is just
That's a great show.
It's a really funny show. It's not too edgy, but it's not too clean. The parents... So the fact that the parents and Ray and his wife lived next door, that's the way my grandparents and my parents were.
Right.
So it reminded me of my life.
Nice.
I mean, we weren't Italian, but...
We lived in New York.
Yeah, we also did live in New York.
He lived on a farm.
There was more differences than there were similarities, but...
Right. Some of the stuff you could...
Yes,
hey, I
absolutely.
kind of relates to what we go through every day.
Yes, absolutely.
Number 5.
I don't think this one's on your list either. I think we're going to have less alike than you think. I think we'll have one that'll be alike. My number 5 is Friends.
You're right. That wasn't on my list.
I am a
Never
huge
got into
Friends fan. I love it. It's fantastic.
I don't hate the show. I just never got into it. That's just my thing.
Step your game up.
My number 5, I'm for certain this meets the qualifications, but I forgot to check. Boy Meets World.
It does. That was also almost on my list.
Okay. Boy Meets World, I mean, all the iterations of it over the years, and they were in high school and college and grade school, and all the different characters that were involved, and loved that show. I mean, we grew up watching that show, and we grew up, like, about their same age growing up.
Yeah, they were slightly older than us.
Mm.
Not much.
And Topanga. Oh, Topanga.
Oh, Topanga. You're funny.
Number 4.
This one I don't know if it'll be on your list. But this is one, when we were going to do this, I knew I had to put on here. I just didn't know where. So I'm putting it at number 4, and it might actually be a little higher for me. I'm not positive.
Oh, way to go.
Hello. Number 4, Home Improvement. I love Home Improvement. Tim Allen is the man. That show is hilarious. You saw it when you were a little kid. What I want all you adults to go do now is go rewatch it. I have the DVDs. It's even more funny now that you're older and you got kids and families.
Yes, I would agree. My number 4 is a new show. And because of your qualification, The Ranch. It has a laugh track.
Yeah.
And I really like that show.
I guess I didn't even think of Netflix streaming shows when I did this. I just meant like, shows that are on cable television.
And it definitely beat out that 70s show, even though Ashton Kutcher is the same character in both shows.
Right. For sure.
For sure.
Oh, cheesy.
My top 3 are going to blow you away. 2 of my top 3.
Number 3.
We already prefaced this one. Big Bang Theory. I love the Big Bang Theory. I think it's hilarious. I know you don't like it. I just think
Does it make you feel smart or something?
No, because I don't even know what they're talking about half the time. It makes me feel dumb. If anything, it makes me feel dumb. But
you know what show I really hate?
What?
2 Broke Girls.
Never watched it.
Oh, it's stupid.
No.
Oh, yeah, don't watch that show.
Okay.
I get Big Bang Theory. I get why it's funny, and I've laughed a few times at it, but I didn't like the characters in that show.
You don't like Kaylee Kuko?
Oh, I like her, but not in that show.
Oh.
She's brilliant and talented and beautiful, but not in that show.
She just signed a huge deal, like produce TV shows and star in another one on CBS or something like that.
Yeah, good for her. Like I said, she's brilliant and talented and beautiful.
I fell in love with her first when she was on 8 Simple Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter when I was in high school.
That's another good show.
It is.
I forgot about that one.
Because John Ritter, he died during the second or third season, and that was basically the end of it.
Huh. Yep. Totally. My number 3, throwback here, from before your time, MASH.
I've never watched MASH.
Oh, man. It is, for those of you who have never watched MASH before, it is basically the greatest thing that came out of the 70s. Because, and 80s, I think it was late 70s, early 80s, son of a biscuit. No, we're still good. All right. So, yeah, MASH. They are a...
Why'd you just freak out?
Because I thought I forgot something that I realized we're only on 3. We're good.
All right.
Their Army medical tent in Vietnam, or I guess camp in Vietnam, and like half of it's really serious, half of it is hilarious. It's a great show. I've watched it multiple times through and through.
Okay. MASH.
Don't look.
I can't see your screen. It's
I
too
don't want
small.
you to cheat. My screen's bigger than yours.
I can't see my screen either.
Zoom in over there.
Number 2.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Didn't make my list. Good show. Great show.
Love it.
Yep.
I watched that show all the time when I was a kid. And if
I
you
did
don't,
too.
if you don't know what it is, you're stupid. It's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Come on.
West Philadelphia. Yeah, great show.
chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
I wasn't gonna
shooting some
sing it,
b-ball
like, out
outside of
loud
the school.
because,
And a couple of my friends, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You move with your ankle, that's your dollar."
Yeah. Good show. So my number 2, which I think is your number 1,
Probably.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I love Cheers. You can say why you love Cheers, and I'll say my number 1.
Number 1.
Cheers. I love Cheers. It reminds me of work and simple times. And I am the regular at a bar, so I am Norm. And I relate to the guy. And that is why.
You relate to the guy. Your wife hates you, your life sucks, and you're
Oh,
an
no.
alcoholic?
No. My wife loves me. I love my wife, and I love coming home.
That's
I
Norm.
I know. I just think he's a good old guy.
Oh, he is.
Everyone knows his name. Norm! I walk into the bar and goes, "Hey, Muse, the beer guy."
One of the best theme songs ever.
Oh, yeah.
Any show.
Easily.
My number 1, and you doubted me. You doubted me.
What
My
did I
number
doubt
1
you?
is Home Improvement.
Oh, I did doubt you.
You doubted me.
I gave you no credit.
It is my favorite. Every time I see it on TV, which is very rare anymore, but once in a while I'll find TV Land again or be on CMT or something random weird channel. I watch it. No matter what episode it is, I always watch it. I love it. I've seen every episode probably 30 times.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best
It's
show
funny. When
ever.
the DVDs first started coming out, we started buying them. I'm like, oh, we should go get them and watch them. And we were, I think, in college at the time. And I was like, oh, I'm sure there's an episode I haven't seen. Nope.
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 You've seen all of them.
Seen them all.
And you can watch them all again, again, again. They're still funny because
Oh, yeah.
there's always the Binford tool of the day where Tim screws up.
the 6100, whatever.
Binford 6100 power sander.
Binford 6100 power drill. Everything's 6100.
Salute to bathrooms.
And they got the construction guys from up in Bay City, which I want to know this because they're located in Royal Oak, Michigan. How do they get from Bay City to Royal Oak on their lunch break? It's a 2-hour drive.
That's a good
Think about it.
question. They must have took the rest of the day off. Or maybe it was raining out that day. Who knows?
Every time they go on the air, it's
Yeah.
raining.
That show was... and I loved how he always wore like... I think why we liked it so much because it was based in Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
But he always wore like a t-shirt or sweatshirt from a random college or team around the state or a Lions shirt or...
Do you know the one college he never wore?
The one college he never wore. Ooh.
We'll give you some bad radio while I leave Matt silent to think
Man,
about
the
this.
one college that Tim the
I don't
Taylor
I don't think he'll get it.
never wore.
I'd be
I know it's
shocked.
that one.
if
I
you
know
got
it's
it.
that one. Are you talking 4-year schools or...
No, I'm not giving you any hints. Do you know or don't you?
I'm going to guess... No, that's not it.
You're like going through all the pictures in your head and everything.
I'm trying to replay all the episodes. You know how hard it is to replay all the episodes
Yeah,
in
there's
30
like-
seconds?
200 of them or something.
The
I don't know
one
if there's that
college he
many, but-
never wore was...
Go.
Nope, Lansing Community College.
Nope.
I have no idea.
CMU.
Really?
He went to Western.
Oh,
That's why it was number 4 on my list, not number 1.
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That is because everyone would send him to him. He'd wear them, whatever, but he said he would never wear a Central one because he went to Western. That's the hate between these two schools.
Wow.
Like-
I didn't know that. That's awesome. You know what? When you said that, I should have known, but...
Yeah, now he's from Kalamazoo. He's from West Point.
Man.
Yep, duh.
That's
We
awesome.
may not be big schools, but we hold big
That
grudges.
is an wonderful piece of trivia.
See? You learn something new every time on the
What
Matt and Muse
4-year
show.
college did Tim the Toolman Taylor never wear a T-shirt for during Home Improvement? Central Michigan University.
Now you know. Everyone is now smarter.
Huh. I'll be damned.
No, Terry, he did wear Fair State at one point, I remember.
Yep, we did wear Ferris State. Or Saginaw Valley more than one time.
Mm-hmm.
Or Northwood.
Michigan State, Lions, Pistons, Tigers,
Mm-hmm.
Red Wings, everything. All right. Question of the podcast, real quick, and then we're going to get to some big news. Do you like fireworks? when we put this out, because I totally forgot to do it yesterday, so I put it out this morning, it kind of skewed right away towards no, which I was like, whoa, kind of shocked. But 2/3 said yes at the end of the day. Do you like fireworks?
So, I'm a guy.
Are you really?
I love blowing stuff up. So I do like fireworks. However, I like watching fireworks from like across the lake or like in my own backyard. One of my least favorite things in the world, and Shayna, I'm sorry, and I know you enjoy doing it, and I will continue to do it with you every year, is going to the fireworks. I hate it because there's 5 million people there trying to drive through 3 city blocks at the same time. And it is the biggest pain in the ass in the world. I hate going to see fireworks. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. But I will always do it for you because you are a wonderful lady and I appreciate you.
I like fireworks, but I do have to agree with you that I do hate going to see them as much as I like them. With Lucas this year and Mel work and our schedules and everything, we're not going to go see him on the 4th. Usually we go right downtown, sit on the river. We're literally right by where they put them off and everything. But yeah, like I said, it's a pain in the ass.
Where do you sit at? You sit over by like the Panda House?
Right on the river, but yeah. Campbell Electric.
Yeah.
I know the guys that own it.
I usually sit over there too.
Yeah, yep. They have a private party.
Why
and
did
stuff.
we not know this?
I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm I like them, but I'm the same way though. Like I'd rather light them off a beach by myself than probably go to them. But
when I was in college, a couple years I lived in Bay City. Bay City fireworks are insane because they're 3 days long. And we would sit up on a roof and watch people get arrested, and we could see the fireworks from a roof, but that was not the exciting part. The exciting part was all the drunks running around getting arrested, and one guy got tased across the street. It's pretty funny. That was a riot. The best part about it is you didn't have to leave to do anything.
Right.
You were already there.
Yeah.
Worst part about it is you had to take days off work because you couldn't leave.
Right.
So I was, no, sorry, I can't come into work tomorrow because he's like, why not? Well, it's unless you're going to work me like 5 to 2, it's 4th of July, and I won't be able to get out of my driveway. And then if you work me 5 to 2, I can't come in the next day because I really won't be able to get out of my driveway. So that did suck, but it was a lot of fun living there.
Exactly. All right, big announcement time.
Huge announcement.
On drum roll.
The hell kind of drums do you use?
Not good ones.
Drums are very high pitched. Get bigger drums.
Matt and Muse is no more.
We are calling it quits with Matt Muse, as you know it, ladies and gentlemen.
However, we will still be here every week. You'll still find us live every week on Facebook and every Wednesday as Dad's on Diaper Duty.
DODD, Dad's on Diaper Duty.
Yes. We're rebranding just to refocus what we've gone through. We learned a lot over the past year. I think we kind of started doing it just shoot from the hip and not really knowing what we were doing.
So I live life.
A year later, I think we kind of have a direction, and we both kind of thought, hey, this might be a good idea to put out a brand, and we're going to do like little stickers that are really cool, and throw it out there and easier to find. Because at the end of the day, if I say, hey, go find Matt Muse.
Who the hell's Muse?
Exactly.
How do you spell that?
Exactly. I tell you, go find Dad's on Diaper Duty. Oh, perfect, done. You can find it. So
we're going to be a lot more focused.
Yep.
Some really cool segments.
Yep. That's the main thing.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be some, not changes to us, just changes about what we talked about.
The show really, I mean, we were just going over kind of our rundown before this show of what we're kind of going to start doing next week. And it's legitimately a lot of the same stuff, just more organized, and you kind of know what you're going to get every time. Some people talk, well, we never know what we're going to talk about. Well, we're going to make that very clear, and we just thought, hey, if we're going to make all these changes, let's go for a straight rebrand. The cool thing is, though, about technology and everything is with this, you don't lose us ever. You will not have to go find us again. If you already like Matt Muse on Instagram, on Facebook, subscribe to us on any of the podcast sites, we will still be there. It's going to happen probably later this week. Everything's just going to switch over, and it's just going to be basically a different logo and a different name. We're keeping all our audio up. I'm going to have to start deleting old episodes just to make room on our server page, but all our recent episodes are going to stay up and everything. So for you, it doesn't mean anything. We'll still be here. It's just going to be a different logo and a different name, a different intro song.
And a lot more fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be for the better. We were both like kind of sitting there. It was after the Pampers thing. We're like, man, we could kind of get behind this, and we started thinking about dad's rights, not necessarily rights, but
You'll see.
yeah, it's fun. Just dads. Hey, we can change diapers too, and we have feelings. I guess I don't know.
I don't, but
I don't know.
most of my feelings are revolved.
But we're going to talk
anger.
about dad stuff, and that not just change diapers. It's going to be sports. It's going to be beer. It'll be fun. So
And we'll talk about our wives because we love our wives.
love them.
But thank you for the support through all the Matt and News times,
Yes.
and thank you for the continued support through all the better times.
Yes, and we will still probably be talking to each other as Matt and Muse. I don't see many changes. So I don't know.
I don't think I ever call you Muse, but
No, some people do. It catches me off guard. I just kind of we needed something with an M, and I'm like, dude. Well, one time some dude called me Muse, so let's just do that.
it sticks, man.
It does, but yeah, I don't know.
So, as always, we must ask, will you please subscribe, rate, and listen everywhere you listen to podcasts. Give us a review. We'll be sure to read it on air. We have never been reviewed, so we have not read anything on air unless somebody reviewed us in the last day. Reach us by email at mattmuse@gmail.com or Facebook and Instagram at mattmuse, soon to be Dad's on Diaper Duty. And we'll be back next week. Some new things. Some fun things. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day, and Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. See ya.
Thank God that's over.